In the world of football, names rise and fade, but some become eternal. And among them, one shines brighter than the rest: Lionel Andres Messi. For some, he is just a footballer. For others, he is the greatest of all time. But for millions, Messi is more than a player. He is a symbol of hope, a living reminder that even the smallest, quietest, and most unlikely person can reach the highest stage and conquer the world. This is not just a story about goals, trophies, and records. This is the journey of a boy who was told he was too small to make it. A boy who left his home at the age of 13 to chase a dream. A boy who carried the weight of a nation on his shoulders. And a man who finally lifted football's greatest prize, the World Cup. This is the story of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi was born on June 24, 1987, in the city of Rosario, Argentina. His family was humble. His father, Jorge, worked in a steel factory. His mother, Celia, was a part-time cleaner. Life was simple, modest, and at times difficult. But in the middle of this ordinary home, something extraordinary was growing. From the moment he could walk, Lionel was kicking a ball. His grandmother, Celia, the one who always encouraged him, was the first to notice his gift. She would take him to local matches, whispering with pride, "This boy will be special." Messi was different from other children, not because of his skills, which were magical even at the age of 5, but because of his size. At the age of 10, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't producing enough hormones to grow at a normal rate. Doctors told his parents the treatment would cost around $1,000 a month, a fortune for a working-class family in Argentina. Jorge and Celia could not afford it. Local clubs admired his talent, but none were willing to pay for the expensive treatment. But the boy never stopped playing. Even as his body struggled to keep up, his feet danced with the ball. And soon, destiny came calling. At the age of 13, Lionel Messi traveled across the ocean to Spain, where FC Barcelona invited him for trials. His talent was undeniable. The coaches saw something they had never seen before: a boy who played with the vision of a man and the touch of a magician. Barcelona offered him a place in their legendary academy, La Masia, and more importantly, they agreed to pay for his medical treatment. It was not an easy decision. Imagine being just 13 years old, leaving behind your home, your friends, your family, your language, to chase a dream in a foreign country. Messi cried often, feeling lonely and far from Rosario, but he stayed, and he worked. In La Masia, his talent exploded. He was quiet, almost shy, but when the ball came to his feet, he spoke louder than anyone else. His teammates remember him dribbling past 5, 6, 7 defenders as if they weren't there. And in 2004, at just 17 years old, Lionel Messi made his debut for Barcelona's first team. The football world had seen many young prodigies before, but Messi was different. His early days were guided by Ronaldinho, the Brazilian magician who took Messi under his wing. Ronaldinho treated him like a younger brother, and in one of Messi's first games, he provided him with a pass that led to Messi's very first Barcelona goal. From that moment, the legend began. Messi wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest, but he was unstoppable. His low center of gravity, his close control, his bursts of acceleration. Defenders didn't know whether to tackle, chase, or just pray. By 2006, he was already a Champions League winner with Barcelona. By 2007, he was scoring goals that reminded the world of Diego Maradona, especially his legendary run against Getafe, where he dribbled from his own half, beating player after player before scoring. The world knew this was not just another player, this was the future. In 2008, Pep Guardiola became Barcelona's coach, and Messi's story reached new heights. Guardiola built a team that would go down as one of the greatest in history, with Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Puyol, Dani Alves, and of course Messi at its heart. Messi thrived. He was no longer just a young talent. He became the main man. Playing as a false 9, he redefined football. Barcelona's Tikitaka style, full of passes and movement, was elevated by Messi's genius. Between 2009 and 2012, Barcelona dominated world football. They won multiple La Liga titles, Champions Leagues, and Messi collected 4 consecutive Ballon d'Or awards. something never done before. In 2012, Messi achieved the impossible. He scored 91 goals in a single calendar year, breaking the world record and cementing his place in history. But while his Barcelona career shined, his international journey told a different story. For Argentina, Messi's career was filled with pain before it was filled with glory. The nation had always lived in the shadow of Diego Maradona, the hero of 1986. When Messi rose to fame, people saw him as the new Maradona. But comparisons are cruel. He played in the 2006 World Cup at just 19. Then came 2010, where Argentina fell short. In 2014, Messi carried Argentina to the World Cup final in Brazil. He was magnificent throughout the tournament, winning the Golden Ball as the best player. But in the final against Germany, Argentina lost 1-0 in extra time. Messi walked past the World Cup trophy, heartbroken, his head down. The pain didn't stop there. Argentina lost back-to-back Copa America finals in 2015 and 2016, both to Chile on penalties. Messi missed a penalty in the 2016 final and in tears announced his retirement from international football. For Argentina fans, it was unforgivable. They called him a failure. Some even said he didn't love his country. The pressure, the criticism, the comparisons, it was too much. But greatness is not about never falling, it is about always rising. Messi returned to Argentina's national team. He couldn't walk away from his people, from his dream. And in 2021, in Brazil, the story changed. Argentina faced Brazil in the Copa America final at the Maracanã Stadium. It was Brazil's home, their fortress. But Argentina, led by Messi, fought bravely. Angel Di Maria scored the winning goal, and Argentina were crowned champions. Messi fell to the ground, crying tears of joy. After years of heartbreak, he finally lifted a trophy with his country. His teammates lifted him on their shoulders. For the first time, the world saw Messi not just as Barcelona's legend, but as Argentina's hero. But one chapter was still unwritten: the World Cup. Back in Spain, Messi's love story with Barcelona was coming to a painful end. By 2021, Barcelona was drowning in financial crisis. Despite Messi's desire to stay, the club could not register his contract under La Liga's rules. And so, after more than 20 years, Messi said goodbye. The farewell press conference was heartbreaking. Tears streamed down his face as he admitted he never wanted to leave. For Barcelona fans, it was the end of an era. For Messi, it was like leaving home. He joined Paris Saint-Germain, where he reunited with Neymar and played alongside Kylian Mbappé. But PSG was not Barcelona. The magic was different, the pressure was heavy, and his first season was full of struggles. But Messi's eyes were already on one last mission: Qatar 2022. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar was Messi's final chance, his last dance. Argentina's campaign began with disaster, a shocking 2-1 defeat to Saudi Arabia. The critics returned saying Messi's dream was finished, but Messi responded with fire. He scored against Mexico, delivered masterclasses against Australia, the Netherlands, and Croatia. His leadership was undeniable, not just as a magician with the ball, but as a captain who inspired his team with words and passion. And then came the final: Argentina versus France, the defending champions against the man chasing destiny. The match was a roller coaster. Argentina went 2-0 up. France fought back to 2-2 thanks to Kylian Mbappé. Extra time, Messi scored. France equalized again, 3-3. The world held its breath. The final went to penalties. Emiliano Martinez became Argentina's hero in goal, and when Gonzalo Montiel scored the final penalty, Argentina were champions of the world. Lionel Messi, at last, lifted the World Cup trophy. The tears, the smiles, the joy. It was the crowning moment of his career. The little boy from Rosario was now the king of football. Lionel Messi's legacy goes beyond numbers. Yes, he has over 800 career goals, more than 40 trophies, 7 Ballon d'Ors, and countless records. Yes, he is Barcelona's all-time top scorer, Argentina's all-time top scorer, and arguably the greatest player in football history. But his true greatness lies in something deeper, in his humility, in his quiet nature, letting his football speak louder than his words, in his perseverance, never giving up despite the doubts, the criticism, the pain. Messi showed the world that greatness does not come from size, from arrogance, or from power. It comes from passion, dedication, and the courage to chase your dream against all odds. From the streets of Rosario to the throne of world football, Messi's story is a story for every dreamer. And when history speaks of football, the name Lionel Andres Messi will forever be remembered as the greatest of them all.